Hello YouTube. This video is one I've redone about twice now. This video is going to be my coming out story, and first time it just seemed a bit weird, and the second time I got off track and my dog screwed the whole video, and yeah. Thankfully I know what I'm going to talk about with the story now, and my dog is asleep in her kennel, so nothing's going to distract me from this video. It's going to be not weird. And my dog is not going to suddenly jump up on the couch and try to lick my face. So without further ado, we're going to get started. So my coming out story begins when I was about 14 years old. Something happened to me when I was 12 that kind of turned me off from men. But even before then, I realized that I would like women. But during that time, I thought, ew, girls being together, ew, gross, ew. Because you know the mentality of like 12-year-olds. Sometimes. I say sometimes because a lot of 12-year-olds these days seem to be more mature than I was back then. Maybe because I'm the 90s kid? I don't know. But then again, on the flip side, there are people that are blah blah blah. Let's not get off track, shall we? So anyway, like I was saying, my coming out story begins when I was 14. I realized that I was gay, but I thought that I was bisexual because I thought, oh, I still like men. I know I can still be with a guy. Yada yada yada. So, when I was 15, I came out to my parents as bisexual. So I actually sat my mom and dad down in the kitchen and I'm like, Mom, Dad, can I talk to you? And they're like, okay, what's wrong? So, I sat there and said, Mom, Dad, I'm bisexual, excuse me. And then my dad, excuse me again, I just drank like 2 cans of pop, so excuse me for that. So my dad was kind of had a negative reaction to it at first, because he was like, you got to be kidding me. And Mom just kind of mellow. She was just asking me some questions and stuff like that. But then when I was 16, I realized that no, I'm not bisexual. I'm gay. So when I realized that, I was kind of freaked out because I didn't know what my parents would think of me. I think I thought my mom would have an okay reaction to it, but I wasn't sure about my dad. Because like I mentioned, he didn't have the greatest reaction to me being bisexual. So, I came out to my mom when I was 16 as lesbian. And she was just kind of like, what? And she just, it's taken her 3 years, but she's like my biggest supporter now and it's pretty awesome, so yeah. I actually didn't come out to my dad until 18 years old. And because, like I said, he didn't have the greatest reaction to me being bisexual. So I was kind of scared of him disowning me, hating me, kicking me out, etc. So that day when my mom phoned my dad and told her that your daughter is gay, I was in the park because I was upset and I didn't want him to think that I didn't want him to hate me all of a sudden or something like that. So I actually didn't come in the house until he came over to the park and asked me what was wrong. I didn't say anything, so he had to walk back with their dog, Gizmo, who sadly died in June, but that's beside the point. So, after I went back home, my dad told me, or asked me, is this what you want? And I said yes. And he said, okay, I don't agree with it, but I will support you because you're my daughter and I love you. But even after saying that, he's still a bit skeptical on me being gay. Because I think he wanted me to be like a daughter who grew up, married a man, had a bunch of kids, gave him grandkids, etc. And that isn't going to happen unless you do this artificial incircumcision or something. I don't know what it's called. Basically when you do, yeah. I don't really want to gross you out, so I'm not really going to talk about that. So, like I said, he hasn't like totally accepted it, but he hasn't like disowned me, kicked me out, hated me, blah blah blah. Although he doesn't really like me talking about gay stuff around him. My mom is just like completely mellow with it though. I can talk to her about like, hey, I met this girl I like, or hey mom, I'm dating this, I like this girl, or hey mom, not that, but you get what I mean. She's like totally mellow, okay with it, and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. I think I'm like one of the best moms ever, so I love you, Mom. And my friends, how they reacted to it, when I came out as bisexual, they were like, okay, cool. But when I came out as lesbian, they're like, oh, it's just a phase. Oh, you're gonna get over it. Oh, you're young. Blah, blah, blah. But after 3 years of me not dating a guy, only being with women, long distance mind you, but women all the same. They just got titties. They don't got dick. Haha. So after 3 years of just being women and steadily women, no men. I don't mean steadily women, but I've had like 4 girlfriends in the 3 years that I've been dating. So, and they're but all like long distance ones. I have 2 in the United States, 1 in Malaysia, and 1 in Thailand. I cannot find anyone in Canada at least. Huh. But that's beside the point. So after Big 3 is coming out, they're like accepting me now. They totally cool with me being gay, and he's pretty darn awesome, I must say. Although I came out when I was 16 and then 18 with my dad. So, but if you're in a family where your parents are overly religious or overly homophobic, I'm not saying religion is bad, but it's just that usually if you have an overly religious family, they have like strong views about homosexuality, and it's usually bad. So, but that's not me saying like religion is bad. Don't take that wrong. It's just that overly religious families tend to have bad views of homosexuality, so I wouldn't come out to a family like that, or ones that you know are overly homophobic, because everyone knows those horror stories where you come out to your parents and they kick you out, or they disown you, or they beat you up, or they hate you, blah blah blah. So if you're like 11 and you know you're gay, don't come out to your parents. Because they're like, oh, you're young, oh, blah, blah, blah. You're just young, you don't know what you want. Go play with your toys now. That was just me patting you on the head, so. So that's basically my coming out story. And that is going to be all. I think my next video I'll talk about my long-distance relationship experiences, stories, etc. So I'll probably just make that right after I finish this video. And holy crap, 7 minutes. I'm rambling on for 7 friggin' minutes. Yeah. That's a long time. So, this is my mornings are so overrated pajamas. Because they are, even though I'm not even awake for the half time, but I'm gonna shut up now and end this. Alright, that's the end of this video. I'll see you next time, mofos. Peace.